Think about, if you became invisible, what would you do? This movie is about a boy who became invisible. The movie starts with Michael, a normal boy from Italy. One day in the class, a boy named Michael was sitting behind a girl named Stella. At that time, the area's Inspector Giovanna, who is also Michael's mom, came in the class. She was there because a boy who is in the same class as ran out of his home. After she left, blood was coming out of his nose. Then he went to the bathroom where some student starts teasing him. After he went home, he took some money from his savings to buy a costume for the evening party. At the costume shop, he could only afford a Chinese superhero costume. At home, his mother assured him that he is looking nice and should go for the party at night. There Michael was enjoying, and that day he was seen talking with Stella, whom he likes. But unfortunately, some bad kid starts teasing him again and he locked himself inside a room. There he wished to become invisible. And later that night, electricity goes off and he escaped the area through the window. Next morning, as soon he woke up, he tried to see himself in the mirror, but something strange happened and he finds out he became invisible. Although his clothes were visible but his body was invisible. Soon after, his mom arrived, and he noticed his mom couldn't see him. Then he writes a note, in which it was written, "He is going to school early in the morning." His mom called him, and on call he said he is all right. Then he covered his whole body with clothes and went to school there. He saw the kids who bullied him, and to take revenge from them with his invisibility powers, he takes off his clothes and entered the school. During the class, he took the paintball gun and shoot it on the board, and the teacher suspended him. Then Michael went to the woman's changing room to see some girls, but a girl mistakenly dropped her towel at the boy, and unfortunately, his invisibility powers vanished and he was seen naked inside the girl's changing room. Next day during the class, the teacher told another boy from our class is missing. Suddenly he started becoming invisible again, and then he ran away to his room. There he saw her little sister Candela sitting in his room. He told her sister to move out of the room, but she didn't, and a few moments after he showed his invisible face, his sister was shocked, and he told her, "I don't know how, but my Chinese superhero costume gave me invisibility powers." When his mom arrived home, Michael was in his invisible form. Later on, he heard Michael's mom talking to a person saying Michael is adopted, and few years ago someone left him outside Giovanna's home. Michael didn't know anything about that, and with a sad face, he ran out of the home. When he was sitting alone, Stella came and she thought, "There is Ghost writing on the seat," and seeing that she also started writing, she said him to become her friend, and Michael also made a smiley face in return. Few moments after playing together, she goes to her home. On that place he saw a man who was looking at him, but he ignored him, and he then went to Stella's home. Reaching at her home, made her happy, and they both became friends, and as they both were about to kiss, Michael started becoming visible again. Before she saw his face, he left Stella's home. Later on, Stella was seen in gymnastics hall practicing. Then suddenly a man came and shooted a dart on her, and this made her unconscious. At his home, Michael decided to tell everything about his invisibility powers to Stella. He then went out and goes towards the gymnastics hall. There he saw a masked man who was taking Stella with him. Michael tried a lot to save Stella, but anyhow, the man kidnapped Stella and ran away from them. Later on, police finds out that children are not running from their home, but they are being kidnapped by someone. As Stella woke up, she saw a silent room and a lot of wires attached to her head. There she saw one of her teacher. He did a few tests with Stella and locked her with two other children inside a room. On the other side, when Michael was playing out of his home, a man came and answered all of his questions before he even asked. He thought he could read minds, but later on he reveals his name is Andres and he is Michael's father, but Michael didn't believe him and said to him that you are lying. But then Andres told his full story. He explains him he is a normal man from Russia. But one day, due to leakage of nuclear radiation, many people died in the city, but those who were left got special powers, and after knowing that the army used them as weapons, they used to do many different experiments on them. In the report he came to know that only Andres and Michael's mom could only have kids. When Michael was born, he became the first person to born with superpowers. But to give Michael a good life, Andres and Michael's mom ran away from the military camp. Anyhow, Andres left the area, but his mom was killed. He knew that Michael couldn't live with him safely. Then he used his superpowers and identified that Giovanna is a good woman, and he then left Michael outside her home and gone away. But now the military people came to know that the boy with superpowers is in this area. Michael still didn't believe him. But suddenly then Andres said that he cannot talk more about that here, because a nearby fisherman had a doubt on us, and he is about to call the police. Then Andres gave him a suit which will disappear with his body, and with his superpowers Andres erased the memories of the fisherman, and left. While talking to that teacher who kidnapped kids, Giovanna told him that she adopted Michael, and listening, that he had a doubt that Michael is that boy with superpowers. And to get to know about the truth, he goes to Michael's home, and while talking with that teacher, Michael saw the marks which he made on the kidnapper's hands, and he understood that he is the kidnapper of Stella. He then got inside his room and made himself invisible, and suddenly ran away from the home. While running, Michael saw that boy named Evan, who used to tease him. He sat on his bike and told him to run the bike away from the area. On the other side, Stella got an idea, and by standing on each other, Stella escaped. And then she made the same smiley face which she made on the first day she met Michael. After seeing that smiley face, he came to know that Stella is in that particular building. And with Evan, he goes to that building to save his friends, but suddenly, then a guard caught Stella, and locked her again, in that room. Then Evan used his paint gun and shooted on the electric circuit, due to which electricity goes off, when Michael entered the building, where he saw his teacher who are looking at Andres and Giovanna in their camera, who were both finding Michael, and then Michael hit a fire extinguisher on one of the guards' head, and aimed gun on the other. Then he took his friends out of the room and pushes the guards into the room, and then Michael came in front of them and showed his face, and seeing him, everyone was shocked. Then both of the boys were ready to get out of that area, but then Stella says we should help that old man who is locked in another room. He agreed to save him, but she took him to the same people from whom they were escaping. Suddenly, she became unconscious, and then the old says he can control anyone's mind, and he has controlled the teacher's mind to do these crime. The military then caught Michael and Stella, and locked them in a submarine and starts taking them to their destination. On the other side, Andres and Giovanna got to that place and met Evan. The building was set on self-destruction mode, and in a few moments an explosion was about to take place. They both then suddenly saved the two kids and the teacher because this wasn't their fault, as the real villain is the old man. They all then got out of the building, and on the other side, inside the submarine, Michael came to know that he not only have the power to become invisible, he has the power to move things using his brain power. He then used his special abilities to destroy nearby things in the submarine. He then killed the guards and saved his and Stella's life, and then with his powers he took the submarine back to the starting point, where everyone was waiting for him. He was very happy, and started showing his special abilities to everyone. Andres then told him that he cannot show his powers in front of everyone, and to make his kid Michael safe, he erased the memories of each and everyone who saw Michael's powers. Then Michael understood that, and then he promised to come back, and erased everyone's memory, and left the place. And with that the movie ends. Please make sure to like and subscribe.